Hey everyone, today is April 2nd, 2022, and this is the DevOps for Mobile Apps update. On my screen here, I have the update issue, which I've also linked in the YouTube description below. So first things first on this update, a couple housekeeping items. First one is there's a new mailing list. So if you want to get these updates or other updates about this project sent to your email, click on this link here and sign up. I'll also include this in the YouTube description below as well. And then the other thing is we've been doing a weekly sync update experiment the last few weeks. And so I've completed that experiment, closed out the issue, and wrote some retro comments in there if you want to see kind of how that went. The kind of takeaways are we're not going to keep doing those every week, but we'll do one maybe on a less frequent cadence, so maybe every 4 or 6 weeks. And then we'll continue with the sync updates or the async updates like we've been doing. So, but feel free to read the comments for other details. On to the update for this week. So we had a big step in kind of getting secure files released. It's on staging now. And so what I wanted to do is show kind of a whole walkthrough of a pipeline using secure files with a project on staging. And so I've got a few links here and I'll just kind of walk through what we've got. So here on staging, I've got this GitLab Unfiltered project, which is a mobile app that I created a while back just for testing things just like this. So that's on the staging project there. And then I've uploaded some secure files. So this is the simple UI that we have right now. And what we've got in here is a couple files for Android. So the key file JSON and the key store. And then this .env, which I'll get into in a second. And then all of these files down here are for iOS, and these are all coming from Fastlane Match. So, and then the other thing I'll show here is within this project, this is using the fork of Fastlane that I have, which has the Fastlane Match integration for secure files. And so what we have then is a pipeline that does the builds, runs some tests, and then does beta releases. The Android one is failing right now. There's a version mismatch, I think, but all of the configurations getting in there, it's just actually failing on the build step. So, but I do have a successful iOS build, so I think that's worth showcasing here. And so in this, there's a lot of output in the beta build here, but a few things to point out. So this is using Fastlane Match. This is using that integration that we've got set up. So this is pulling all of the signing certificates and the provisioning profiles from secure files. So this is pulling in this case, the distribution files. So these 3 files are getting loaded into the build. And then that build kicks off, and it is, let's see, it's way down here, but it shows that the build was successful, and it has released it to test flight. So right here, you can see distribution to distributing new build to testers, 1.0.4-16. And so if we go over here, we can see that build is in the test flight interface, and you can see that all the sort of configurations are lining up with what we expected. So what I'll show now, so we've got that build there. What does it actually look like? And so there's a few things that get changed in the CI configuration. So this is the old config, and so what we've got specifically down here in the beta steps, we have this line here, which is doing something to get this .env file in place, and then down here you can see an example of kind of that environment variables hack that I've talked about before that we have to do to get these files in here. So now if we go and look in here in the new version of this file, we don't have any of that. We have this variable that gets set here to tell the build where to put the secure files, and then this is the one-liner that loads the secure file loader. And so this is going to take those files and put them in either the Android folder or the iOS folder, depending on the build here. And so it simplifies the build a great deal, and it also kind of eliminates the need for these kind of hacks to get around the configuration loading. So this .env thing that I was mentioning earlier, this is essentially a way to, this is just kind of a hack to get all of the environment variables dumped into a .env file. And this is something I want to solve later, but this is basically loading a bunch of configuration that's needed to get the build to connect with the app stores, so either the iOS or the Android stores. And there's a handful of different environment variables that need to get set for that. So there's a couple issues here in the backlog that that address this, and so let me see if I can find them real quick. Here we go. Play Store API login is one of the issues, and there's another one for the iOS or Apple Store. So basically, what we can do is create a better experience for loading that configuration in there, and so we won't need .env files to be passed around. So then we can get rid of this part of it too in here. So anyway, that is the main thing I wanted to show today. So it's been a big step getting this up on staging, so we can test with real runners and real projects and stuff. So coming up next, we'll continue to work on the readiness review to get things ready for production, and then going through the last few tasks in the MVC. So hopefully within the next week or so, we'll be able to turn this on in production and get some more testing there, and then get some beta test users to try it out as well. So thanks for watching. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave your notes in the issue. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Thanks.